Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Morgan-Monroe State Forest. It is another beautiful Sunday morning. Beautiful outside as far as the sun, and that kind of stuff. Well, it is a little overcast. The sun did poke through. Still a little chilly. Last week I was out here. It was a little warmer. It was in the 50s. Now it's back in the 30s. Which, my God, what a roller coaster of weather we're having. And I know we've got people from all over, and even some international presence, but like right through here through the Midwest, it has been such a roller coaster of temperatures, and where we can go into a weekend and it's 80 degrees going into the weekend, and then we have tornadoes, and then typically, so that's on Friday, tornadoes on Friday. Saturday is snow, and Sunday my kids are trying to figure out if they got to go to school on Monday. I mean, it's been like that several times this spring, and been really really interesting. And speaking of interesting, I did notice over here on StreamYard the vertical format popped up. We are streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, which are all portrait, no, landscape, horizontal formats, X and Instagram. So I think Instagram doesn't just like push it straight out, so I had to go do to set that up, and it used to just do it in portrait format. So you'd take your format and you'd squeeze it down for the vertical format of Instagram, but it looks like it's doing it, which I did do. If you guys didn't see it, last Wednesday night on the kids table, we had Stavros or Steve from Low Mesh, and I went ahead and pushed it out on YouTube, both as a portrait, but also as a landscape, which most of the videos are, but also portrait. YouTube has got that feature now, and I know the clubhouse has been doing that. And what I wanted to see, they had mentioned that they don't have a lot of people that actually watch the video or the clubhouse live in portrait format, but I think Joe Brett said that they get a lot of views on it after the fact, on the replays and stuff like that. So I'm interested to see, but and this is just me battling technical stuff here, but instead of the traditional format, StreamYard, and it's who I'm using, will shift the camera views to squeeze those in, instead of, once again, trying to take a 16:9 format and squeezing it into a 9:6, which leaves a lot of dead space top and bottom. So it does present a unique challenge where, like when we were doing the live stream with the kids table, we had to make sure that we were dead square in the box, because if our camera was like off to the side, then half our face was out of the frame. And so fun stuff like that, but which is always interesting, and it gives me I can't share, and I think you guys have heard this if you've been here for a while. 10 years ago, I'd be terrified to do this kind of stuff. I'd be terrified to pick up the microphone, and I can talk. I wouldn't have any problems talking on a repeater, but these were people that I could listen to, survey the conversation, be able to interject stuff, and have kind of a point of reference, and that would give me this level of comfortability. But just picking up the microphone and calling CQ and not knowing who I'm going to talk to, who that person is that is on the other side, terrified me, absolutely terrified me. And activities like this, POTA, have changed how I do it. I'm still kind of terrified of it, but where I like POTA and how this really comes into it is because it's very transactional. It's very quick, or it can be slow. It depends on you, right? You're the activator when you're out here in the park, and you set the tone and the pace. And I guess I'm saying that I've heard some people doing activations getting maybe run over by some aggressive hunters. You set the tone and the pace for these activations. If they're moving too quick, then slow them down. If you get somebody that's just blasting their call, and I heard a guy the other night, he just kept throwing out his call, while the activator and another hunter were trying to exchange information. I mean, at some point, I kind of wish the guy lost power and he just shut up and go away, but he wasn't. And that was the problem. And it was, if I had a superstation or something like that, I would have jumped in and probably told him to chill out, but I didn't. I'm here in the truck with just this radio, because I was actually out activating. It was earlier this week, and it really, really irritated me that somebody was that way. But you control the thing, and I'll be honest. In some cases, when I get people like that, I will purposely drag my feet. But eventually, at some point, I'll take their call and move them on. But I'm not moving them up to the front of the line to shut them up. But that happens, and those are those kind of fears sometimes that I get when I jump in here. But at the end of the day, you control it. Have fun with it. I see this, and I have also found another aspect of the hobby that this activity gives me, and that's this being able to do the rapid fire. So I don't necessarily like contesting, but I try to maintain when I'm doing an activation, something around 2 transactions, 2 queues a minute. Sometimes it's a little faster, sometimes it's a little slower. It depends on how fast I can type, and obviously the people on the other end. And that has been a good thing. And now, where's all this going? Well, I got to thinking about it. What's the ask? Right now we've got 40, almost 50 people watching across the various platforms. At least it's what's reporting back in StreamYard. So there are people that have just stumbled across this, going, "What the heck is this?" And that's fine. It's cool. I'm glad you're here, and happy Sunday, everybody. And I think this is an activity with all the turmoil that's going on around the country and around the world. How do you communicate? I'm not saying prepper, but I am saying that, there are certain things that we should always be prepared. The Boy Scout model, right? The be prepared. Do you have food? Do you have shelf stable food that's going to last you, 7 to 14 days? I think they say at least, 3 days you go without power or whatever, and things start getting a little wonky, right? When you're dispersed like that. And so being prepared, communications like this is a way. Every week I come out, I do this live stream. I do these POTA activations from the park. Can I take a piece of equipment and go somewhere and do it? Now, today, I mean, obviously, because I'm live streaming, I'm doing this in my truck. Sometimes I do it on the back, but I've got the equipment here with me to be able to do it. I'm in a controlled shelter, for example. I can turn the heat on. I can turn the air conditioning on. That makes that a little bit easier. But what do I need to do if I need to drag it out somewhere? And because there's no power at home, how do I get power into devices when there is no electrical grid available? Do I, through solar or other means of alternative energy? Um, I don't necessarily think you could power an economy with solar or other forms of green community thing, but in a situation like this where your house is can't get mains power, how do you heat it? How do you cool it? Environmentally make it good. Still be able to take showers, do all these little things that are part of your daily life, and it all it actually all revolves back down to what we do here. And they used to say field day was this great test of the stuff, and it was once a summer. You drag all your gear out, and they make a big hoop dee hoo about it, and usually there's some good food and stuff like that, but that's a once a year thing. Winter field day came along, and that's similar in nature. It's a similar type event, and it's usually in the winter. So now you've got one that's in the extreme, and in some cases it's super hot in some areas, and they're dealing with that extreme of trying to get a group of people out there to do communications, and the vice versa in the wintertime. With the winter field day down south, it may not be as cold, but then you get somebody like Jeremy, and I can't remember his call sign, but he's one of the guys that YouTubers from Alaska, where he goes outside and it's generally in the negatives, in the double digit negatives. I did that live stream out here where it was like -1 degree, and then we go. So but yeah, so activities like this, it just get you out there, do these things, the grabbing the microphone and being able to make communications with people, and doing it in an efficient, effective manner. And it could be a natural disaster. It could be just a failing infrastructure somewhere, and you don't have power. It could be a dozen different scenarios. And going back to the Boy Scout motto, be prepared. How do you deal with those kind of things? So there's a variety of ways of communicating. We see a lot of this and do it kind of just for fun. But it's like basketball practice or football practice or anything else. You do it enough times, it just becomes second nature. And yeah, we do it for fun. I come out here, I enjoy doing park activations and getting out and doing those things, because, man, I'll tell you what, it has expanded my horizons in the sense that now I have a purpose to go somewhere. Just going down to the Hamcation in Florida, I took a detour. I didn't go the direct route down. I went out, and drove out to the east, and took that opportunity to drive through Ohio, which I'd already had, on my bingo card as far as states activated. But I didn't have West Virginia, South Carolina, North Carolina, and Georgia. So I took that opportunity to go out. Now I got to see another part of the United States, got to drive through it and experience it and stop at the parks. And yes, it was short-lived. I was passing through, but it was an activity, and it was something. And that's something I never would have done had I not got involved in amateur radio. That would have been something I probably never would have done if I hadn't gotten involved with Parks on the Air to go out and do these things. So I just noticed that half my beard's cut off with the sun. But yeah, so that's the rant. folks. Checking in with everybody here. Good morning, Aaron. And I think I'm not looking at the YouTube chat, but the ones that are in green are channel members. Little scroller thing down there. I do appreciate anybody who has signed up to be a member. It just helps support the channel. I'm not. I have a day job, but I do buy a lot of radios. I get out. I do these things, and it just kind of helps subsidize that to do the programming there. Pepe checking in this morning. Good morning, or actually good afternoon, Pepe. Cooley checking in this morning. Good morning, Cooley. Kelly also checking in this morning. Good morning, Kelly. Rob checking in from New Jersey this morning. Good morning, Rob. Country James checking in. I think I don't know. Are you in Texas right now, Country James? William checking in this morning. Good morning, William. Bro Cam, Andrew checking in this morning. We're going to be meeting up with Andrew here shortly. He just lives not too far from Dayton, so we'll be sure meeting up with him and having fun. Robert checking in this morning. Robert checking in from Alabama, said Miss Bunny and I had a great weekend with the grandsons baseball. Robert in Alabama. Yeah, Robert. I mean, that is awesome. And there's, that's something cool is with like that you see a lot with amateur radio. Now that this stuff, they aren't giant boat anchors now. I just picked up this last fall KX2, and if you're not familiar with the Elecraft KX2, it's a very small radio, and I wanted to shrink my kit down to everything that I need to get on the air, both with voice, digital, like FT-8 on a tablet, but then also hopefully at some point CW here, and have it small enough that I could just shove it into my backpack, and when I travel with work. So that's coming up. That'll be my goal. I was thinking about that. We're flying out. I have a conference that starts on a Sunday in at the end of May, beginning of June. The Sunday part is where everybody comes together kind of thing. Gets registered, meets up. There are some sessions that actually start, but that's more kind of the different track where everybody comes in. That really starts on Monday morning. But I like to fly in a day early, get a hotel, and I've used that opportunity to go experience the area I'm in. Last summer, I went to the same conference. It was in San Diego. I used to be stationed there when I was in the Navy. Loved it. Hadn't been back since I left, so it was really nice getting into the area, getting around. But I also took that opportunity to go activate some parks, rented a Jeep, and kind of went back into the interior of San Diego County. My wife would not allow me to go down to Tijuana. I'm like, I was 19 years old hitting the bars in Tijuana. I'm perfectly fine going down there. But she was dead set against it. And then, obviously right now, I don't know how long it's been, for some period of time, getting there's no reciprocal agreement, direct reciprocal agreement with Mexico. So you have to get a temporary license. I mean, that part is easy, except for I don't think they've granted one in several years. So just going across the border is not easy. But all going back to this, just being able to grab something, go and have it. Now I'm going to take my live streaming stuff too. I've also got that kit down into something small, where I've actually just got a single backpack, and then of course I got to throw a CPAP machine in there so I can claim it's a medical bag, and then it flies for free. And all these stupid airlines now that love to charge you. Southwest Airlines, I'm talking to you assholes. But yeah, just being able to do that and get going. So Chris checking in this morning. Good morning, Chris. Just Joe checking in. Elodie checking in this morning from the other side of the pond. Good morning or good afternoon. Country James says, I'm not watching it unless it's landscape myself, but I don't care what format's in. I'm just listening. That's fair. Rob checking in this morning. Good morning, Rob. If you guys didn't catch it Friday night, Rob ventured down the path of building his own all-star node, and from start to finish. And it's good video to watch. Go check it out. You know, he went into it not going through the process before, so there's pitfalls, and that's, you know, that's the great thing about the hobby. Once again, life has pitfalls, and so the key to a lot of that is being able to pivot and work around and do some critical thinking. And I'm gonna, I guess it's kind of a commentary, and I'm glad as a parent. I've got an older son. He's in his 20s. He's figuring out life right now. But I've got two younger kids that are in the heart of all this technology growth going on. And well, first of all, my wife and I will not allow them to get engrossed in a lot of this stuff. We force them to learn critical thinking, but I'm concerned for kids. You know, it's back to this pivoting, right? What do you do? How do you do it when something doesn't work out? Being prepared, understanding, you know, going through these processes. Once again, coming out, doing parks on the air. Who knows? And a tornado come through a couple of years ago that did a lot of damage in my town and destroyed some infrastructure. And, you know, we were out without power for 4 days. That was minor. There have been people that were out for weeks and sometimes months without it. So how do you navigate around that stuff? POTA Power checking in this morning. Good morning, Vaughn, Julie. KAKAZ checking in this morning. Good morning. Whiskey 9 Fox Hotel Charlie, Steve checking in this morning. Steve, good morning. Got Hollywood checking in this morning. Hollywood, good morning. The better half of POTA Power checking in this morning. Good morning, Julie. And Brooker checking in. Kilo 4 Papa Whiskey India checking in. Good morning. Lucas also checking in this morning. Good morning. And Mike India 7 Delta Juliet Tango checking in this morning also. If I missed anybody, I do apologize. Ron checking in this morning. November 0 X-Ray Romeo Golf. All right. So I gotta get coffee. Sorry. It's one of those days. You know, coffee. We're powered by Buc-ee's. Here we go. Although it's not Buc-ee's coffee. We don't have Buc-ee's here in Indiana. And God, I wish we did. Because that brisket burrito sounds good, which we'll up. More expos coming up. So I'll they have one there, and I'll be over in Springfield, Illinois. So I'll be hitting out there a couple times while I'm there. Julie says Vaughn has a new antenna set up, and we're going to give it a try. So I'm sure they will be live streaming at some point today on the interweb. So make sure to go check that out. And Rob says he's looking forward to more. So there's another cool opportunity. Mike checking in this morning too. Good morning, Mike. to get together with people and experience some fun. And this is, once again, all comes back to amateur radio. Had I not picked up that microphone 12, 13 years ago and just started making contacts with people, there's a whole group of people that I call friends now, that we get together several times a year in multiple areas of the country to come back to socialize and have just a great experience and to do new things and stuff like that. So amateur radio has been a great avenue for that. Just Joe's checking in, says I read that right. Yeah, that's just Joe 101. And Black Coffee Rifle is great, and they support veterans. They do support veterans, absolutely. I'm not to me, coffee is coffee. Navy guy here. It just needs to be coffee. So I'm not particularly a coffee snob. I prefer coffee flavored coffee and not some of this other stuff. But so just coffee. So I really don't have a dog in that fight. It could be McDonald's coffee. It could be gas station coffee. Now I do like stuff that hasn't been on the burner directly for hours, but I tell you, the quickest way to piss a chief off, senior enlisted person in the Navy, is to wash his coffee cup, and quickest way to piss off the crew is to wash the coffee pots on the mess decks. So let's see here, and I did see this, guys. If you're in the Kentucky, Kentuckiana, or any of the adjoining states, check out and reach out with Aaron and Aaron, if you've got some other contact information or something for that. They've got, I think it's in September, they've got a POTA camp out that they're planning in kind of central Kentucky. I think it's probably about an hour southeast of Louisville. But check that out. That's going to be fun. I'm planning on being there. And Kilo 8Ks, he says Maxwell House, the original, is great military coffee. Yeah, like I said, it's just coffee. Give me some coffee flavored coffee, and I love to say coffee flavored coffee when I go into a Starbucks or something like that, and just the look on the kid's face when you ask them for a coffee flavored coffee. They don't know what to do. It's priceless. Go try it sometime if you go into some of these foo coffee places. Yeah, good stuff. All right, well, let's get the radio on the air here. Go ahead and add that in. And you know what? I had this running. This is the same computer I use. What Chris say? In the military, if the spoon doesn't stand up in the coffee, is it really coffee? Yeah, absolutely. Aaron's throwing out there Taylorsville State Park, September 26th and 27th. Whiskey Bravo 2 Yankee Zulu Golf says that's the way exactly that they put it. Coffee flavored coffee. So when I live stream from home, I usually have this, and this is the open ham clock. I usually have it on the big TV behind me, and it's just kind of decoration. It's not, I mean, people aren't gonna be able to see this, but I tell you what, we did have Chris on, who put this project together, and this came out, in the wake of the guy, the founder of Ham Clock, passing away. And so there's kind of that, like, what do we do thing, and different groups of people went out and did this. They put this together, and I kind of like it. There is a server version that you can download and run if you're doing some kind of a display appliance that you just wanted to run on. But this is web based, and you don't have to go through all the headaches of trying to set up ham clock on a Raspberry Pi or some computer in your shack to do that. So but I just leave this up, and the browser window is there, so I thought I would show that real quick. But I do need to switch over to World Radio League here. I guess before we get started, I do want to zip through the camera views there. So that's what the lake looks like this morning. Actually, last week, because it was a little bit warmer, we did. I took my two boys. We went hiking back in the woods back there. They've got a bunch of organized trails, so we did zip out there and spend a couple hours hiking, about 2 miles or so around. So got to do that. There's the antenna cam, and I did try to put the antenna on a contrasting background so it would stand out a little bit. So that's in there. So let's go ahead and get World Radio League going here. Start a POTA activation. I know there's a contest, there's an SSB contest going on. I don't know if it. Usually the big ones, they're both Saturday and Sunday, or some portion of it. So don't know what we'll get, but let's go ahead and alrighty. So Tenna's in the area there. Still have to do a little bit of fine tuning, but is the frequency in use November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot. Is the frequency in use November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot. Is the frequency in use November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot. CQ POTA, November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air from US 4215, the Morgan-Monroe State Forest. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by. CQ POTA, November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air from US 4215, the Morgan-Monroe State Forest. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by.
Kilo Echo 0, Mike Alpha Delta.
Kilo Echo 0, Mike Alpha Delta. Sean, good morning. 59 plus.
Good morning, Jim. I haven't talked to you in a while. You're 57 in Missouri. Good luck on the activation.
All right. Thank you from Missouri this morning. Have a great day today in 73, my friend. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, QRZ.
Kilo Quebec 4, Hotel Zulu, Kilo.
Kilo Quebec 4, Hotel Zulu, Kilo. Aaron, good morning. You're about a 5'2", 52.
Hey, good morning, Tim. Yeah, a little light on mine as well. Probably 5'3", 53 Kentucky.
I'll take the 5'3" from Kentucky, my friend. Have a great day today in 73.
Thank you, Tim.
All right. Thank you. No, QRZ.
November 4, Bravo Delta Whiskey. Uniform Alpha.
November 4, Bravo Delta Whiskey. Good morning, 59.
Hello, Tim. It's good to hear you, buddy. I heard you're coming to Taylorsville. I'm really glad to get to see you, hopefully, this year. 5'9" down here in Kentucky. Roger.
I copied the 5'9", Brent. Thank you for the contact. Yeah, I'm looking forward to get down there and do some more POTA.
Yeah, I'm glad to get to see you. Glad to get to see you. Tim, have a great day today, and thanks for the part, buddy. 7-3.
All right, 73, my friend. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, QRZ. Kilo Charlie 4, Zulu, Uniform Alpha. Arnold, good morning, 5'9".
QSL, Tim, 5'9", Georgia. Thank you.
All right, thank you for Georgia, my friend. Have a great day today in 73.
73.
All right, thank you. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, QRZ.
Kilo 8, Kilo Alpha Zulu,
Park to Park Station, go ahead.
Kilo Whiskey 2 Golf. I have you 5 and 6. 5 and 6 into US 1814 CSL.
All right, I copied. I think you said 5'8", or well, whatever it was, but from US 1814 from Kilo Whiskey 2 Golf.
Roger, Roger. I'll get a second off.
All right, stand by for the second operator.
November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot.
Whiskey 8 Golf Flight.
Excuse me. This is Kilo Foxtrot 8. Echo Oscar Victor. I have the same signal report and same park. Yourself?
I copy Kilo Fox 8 Echo Oscar Victor. Got your signal report. I think it was 5'6". You guys are 5'55" into my park, US 4215. All right, thank you guys for the activation. Have a great day in 73. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, QRZ.
Kilo 8 Kilo Alpha Zulu.
Kilo 8 station.
Kilo 8 Kilo Alpha Zulu.
Kilo 8 Kilo Alpha Zulu. Levi, good morning, 5'9".
Good morning, Tim. Thanks for being out there this morning, and I've got you at 5'9" as well.
All right, thank you for the 5'9" this morning, my friend. Have a great day today in 73. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, QRZ.
Kilo India 4 Yankee Zulu November.
Kilo India 4 Yankee Zulu November. William, good morning, 5'9".
Good morning, Tim. 5'9", Tennessee. Thanks for another one.
All right, thank you for Tennessee, my friend. Have a great day today in 73.
7-3. Take care.
All right, you too. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, QRZ.
Kilo Delta 9 Delta Echo Golf.
Was there a Kilo Golf 9 station?
Kilo Delta 9 Mike Quebec Victor.
Kilo Delta 9, Mike Quebec Victor. Good morning. You are about a 5'1", 51.
Roger, I've got you 5'5", Tennessee, 5'5", Tango November.
I copied 5'5" into Tennessee, my friend. Thank you for the contact in 73.
73.
All right, thank you. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, QRZ.
Kilo 9 Delta Echo Golf.
Kilo 9 Delta Echo Golf. David, good morning, 5'5".
Hey, good morning, Tim. 5'5" Whiskey India. Have a great activation. 7-3.
All right, thank you for Wisconsin. Have a great day in 73, my friend. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, QRZ. CQ POTA, November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by. CQ POTA, November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by.
Alpha Bravo 8, Golf Juliet.
Alpha Bravo 8, Golf Juliet. Greg, good morning, 59 plus.
Good morning, Tim. You're a nice 5'9" here outside of Cincinnati in Ohio, 7'3".
All right, 73, my friend. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, QRZ. CQ POTA, November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by.
Whiskey 0, Papa Delta.
Whiskey 0, Papa Delta. James, good morning, 5'9".
Good morning. You are 5'8", Mike Oscar.
All right, thank you for Michigan this morning. Have a great day today. I'm sorry, Missouri. Thank you for Missouri. Have a great day in 73.
Thank you. So have a good activation.
All right, thank you. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, QRZ.
Kilo, November 4, Oscar, Sierra, Yankee.
Kilo, November 4, Oscar, Sierra, Yankee. Wayne, good morning, 5'9".
Good morning. You're a 5'9", North Carolina.
All right, thank you for North Carolina this morning. Have a great day today in 73. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, QRZ. CQ POTA, November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by.
Whiskey 4, Delta Golf Alpha.
Whiskey 4, Delta Golf Alpha, 5'5".
QSO, I got you 5'7", Georgia.
All right, Willard, thank you for Georgia. Have a great day today in 73, my friend.
Alpha 7'3".
November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, QRZ. CQ POTA, November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by. Eric, I'm using the ATAS this morning right now with the 891. CQ POTA, November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by.
Alpha Charlie 3, November Quebec.
Alpha Charlie 3, November Quebec. David, good morning, 5'9".
Good morning to you, and thanks for the activation. You are 5'9" into Southwest Michigan.
I copied 5'9" into Michigan this morning, my friend. Thank you for the contact in 73.
73.
All right, thank you. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, QRZ.
Kilo Echo 4, Papa Tango Papa.
Kilo Echo 4, Papa Tango Papa. Clyde, good morning, 5'9".
Good morning, Tim. You're 5'9", Murphy, North Carolina.
All right, thank you for North Carolina this morning. Have a great day today in 73.
73, thanks for being there.
All right, thank you. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, QRZ. CQ POTA, November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by.
Kilo, Charlie 9, Romeo, Hotel Foxtrot. Whiskey Bravo 8, Victor Nancy, Hotel.
Station in hotel, 1 second, please. Kilo Charlie 9, Romeo, Hotel Fox. Leaf, good morning. You are 5757.
Southern Illinois.
I think I doubled up there with you. What was the signal report?
55 here in Southern Illinois.
I got the 55 into Illinois this morning. Thank you for the contact in 73.
Roger, I enjoyed the live stream and your activation, 73.
All right, thank you. Appreciate it. Station ending in hotel.
Whiskey Bravo 8, Victor Nancy, Hotel.
Whiskey Bravo 8, Victor Nancy Hotel. Mike, good morning. 5'9".
Good morning, Tim. Good morning, 5'5", Southwest Ohio.
I copied the 55 into Ohio, my friend. Thank you for the contact in 73.
Park to park, park to park.
Park station, go ahead.
Park to park, Kilo 5, Lima Echo, K5LE.
Kilo 5, Lima Echo. Jim, good morning. You are about a 55 into my park, US 4215.
QSO, you're about the same here, 55 or 55 in northeastern Oklahoma. And it's our 2803, QSL.
I copied 55 into Uncle Sam 2803. Thank you for the contact today. Have a great activation in 73, my friend.
Thank you very much, Sam. 73. Kilo 9, India Charlie Papa. India Charlie Papa.
Kilo 9, India, Charlie, Papa, Bruce, good morning, 5-9.
Roger, good morning, 5-5 Indiana.
All right, thank you for the 5-5 into Indiana, my friend. Are you in Greenwood by chance?
Roger, yeah, just south of Indianapolis.
Yeah, it says about 25 miles grid square to grid square. So sounds good. Thank you for the contact today in 73.
Roger, 73, I was surprised I got you. Thank you.
All right, thank you. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, QRZ.
November 9, India.
Echo 9, Echo Julia Kilo.
The November 9 India station.
November 9, India, Sierra, USL.
November 9 India, Sierra. Paul, good morning, 5-9.
Hey, good morning, Tim. Hey, I got your 5-9 over here in Central Illinois. Thanks for picking me up in 73.
All right, thank you for Illinois this morning. Have a great day today in 73. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, QRZ.
Kilo Echo 9, Echo Julia Kilo, Foxtrot, Alpha Romeo.
The Kilo Echo 9 station.
Kilo Echo 9, Echo Juliet Kilo. You were 5-9, Chicago.
Kilo Echo 9, Echo Juliet Kilo. William, copied the 5-9 in Chicago. You're also 5-9 plus in the park today.
Thanks, Tim. Have a great day. 73s and good luck.
All right, thank you. Have a great day in 73. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, QRZ.
Whiskey 8, Kilo Alpha Romeo.
Whiskey 8, Kilo Alpha Romeo. Ron, good morning, 5-9.
Good morning. 5-7, Mike India.
Thank you for Michigan this morning. Have a great day today in 73, my friend.
73.
All right, thank you. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, QRZ.
November 7, Hotel India.
November 7, Hotel India. Scott, good morning, 5-9.
QSL, you are a 5-9 into Southwest Missouri. Mike Oscar.
Thank you for the 5-9 into Missouri. How far are you from Springfield?
Come again?
Yeah, you said you're in Southwest Missouri?
Yes, I'm near Springfield.
All right, that's what I was asking, was how far you were. There'll be a whole group of us there in April. Ham radio operators there at the Moore Expo.
QSL, yeah, I'm about 10 miles east of Springfield.
All right, sounds good. Well, we'll be invading your town here pretty soon, doing some POTAs, but going to the Moore Expo overlanding event that's there.
Okay, I had a hard time hearing you that time. Thank you for your park and your activation. You have a great day. 73.
All right, 73, my friend. You have a great day. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, QRZ. CQ POTA, November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by. CQ POTA, November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by.
Kilo 8, Bravo Alpha Charlie. Morning, Tim.
Kilo 8, Bravo Alpha Charlie. Alan, good morning, 5-9.
Hey, it's 5-9 into southeastern Michigan. Have a great activation, sir.
All right, you too. Hey, are you on the Zygu?
No, sir. I'm just in the home QTH on the old FT-710 Yaesu.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it sounds great. Sounds like you're sitting here in the truck with me.
Perfect. Yeah, you got a good tone coming in through here too. But I tell you what, the bands have been absolutely phenomenal the last 48 hours. So enjoy it.
All right, sounds good, my friend. I'll probably be on the on the radio in the shack here a little bit later today, messing around. But hey, thank you for the contact. I appreciate it. Have a great day in 73.
73.
All right, thank you. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, QRZ. CQ POTA, November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by. Was there a Kilo 8 station?
Kilo Echo 8, Mike Oscar India.
Kilo Echo 8, Mike Oscar India. Paul, good morning, 5-9.
You're a booming 5-9 into Michigan, Mike India.
All right, thank you for Michigan this morning, my friend. Have a great day today in 73.
73, stay warm.
All right, thank you. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, QRZ. Kilo November 4, Delta Yankee. Randy, good morning, 5-5.
I guess I got you 5-7 up and down here in North Georgia.
All right, thank you for Georgia this morning, my friend. Have a great day today in 73.
73.
All right, thank you. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, QRZ.
Echo 8, Romeo Golf.
Kilo Echo 8, Romeo. Sorry about that. Kilo Echo 8, Romeo Golf. Matt, good morning, 5'9".
Roger. Sorry, I had the amplifier turned off. You're 5 and but a 5 and 555 intimation. I hope you copy me better now.
Oh no, I got you. I had mistyped your call sign when I was in the logging there, and that slowed me down for a second. But hey, Matt, got you in the log, my friend. You sound great. Thank you for the contact in 73.
Roger. Enjoy your activation. Very nice signal. 55 into Holland, Michigan. 73.
All right, 73, my friend. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot QRZ. All right, November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot going QRT. Let's go ahead and turn that off now. Rolling up on the hour here. I saw Pepe mentioned it in there. I totally forgot to talk about this. I talked about my son. I got my kids. We really push them. It's great. He gave me a hard time. Obviously, yeah, I'm in my 50s, and YouTube is not necessarily an older person's thing, because we were born in the 1900s. He's like, you can't hit 5,000 subscribers by the end of the month. He's challenging me, which I appreciate. But of course, if you're a parent, you can't let your kids win. I mean, that is just unacceptable to let your kids win. Now, I know every once in a while you might, and it's really not a competition in that sense, but he has challenged me, and therefore I must prove him wrong. 5,000. I'm about 110 subs shy of that, maybe just a little less now, but and it was going to be by the end of the month. And so that's my goal, is to do that. And so if you are watching this on one of the other platforms and you haven't subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. Do the other YouTube things alike, and definitely share this with your friends. If you have just stumbled across this, and whatever platform of the many that we're restreaming this on, subscribe there, but also come over to YouTube and Grayman POTA. That's Gray, spelled the American way. That's my little play on Captain America there. Or you can type in my call sign in W9F in there, and come over, check it out. I live stream every Sunday morning, a couple of times throughout the week. We also do the Ham Radio Kids Table, which is myself and a group of others who like to come together, and we like to push the boundaries of stuff in the sense that there's a lot of people in the amateur radio hobby that kind of are stuck in the past, not pushing themselves forward, not expanding, just following somebody else's lead. So we like to do that and get others in there, and it just kind of challenges. So with the Kids Table every week, we're trying to bring a guest in. Last week was Stavros with Low Mesh, and he's doing some interesting stuff. He designs LoRaWAN boards is his day job, and not necessarily with Meshtastic, but that is the basis of the hardware side of Meshtastic and MeshCore. So he has done some stuff. So I will put in the description down there somewhere a link for that interview. He's got some products that he's putting together, and he's doing some things a little bit differently. And he's also got some neat ideas with how to optimize both of MeshCore, Meshtastic, and he's also starting to do some stuff where he's doing voice over Mesh-tastic or Mesh Core, one of those two. Good morning there, POTA boys. It's been a while. Hadn't seen you. So that was neat, and it's fun. It's doing something a little bit different. But Rob, Digital Rancher, mentioned the Pocket Ranger node that he had and was at Dayton. I'm sorry, Orlando, and that's where we first met him. He's not an amateur radio operator yet. We're going to fix that. But he went to the Ham Fest, and he was selling his low mesh Pocket Rangers and some others. I got a PoE node that I can power the node. Instead of messing around with solar, I can do it right off my switch. But Rob had gotten one of the solar nodes, had mentioned that he had this thing running for over 2 weeks, out pinging, doing its thing. And it was still at over 40% battery life. So just some neat stuff. So I will get a link to the description in here, so you guys can go check that out. Another one of those tools, what do you do? How do you communicate when stuff is not there? So good stuff. All right, well, let's kind of zip through the map here. Wow. Little just looking at the number of labels that are on here, this is maybe just a little too much. I'm sure there's a way that I can cut some of that out. I don't know. Maybe I want that. We'll see how it goes. But so here's the distribution. Now, this morning I was strictly on 40 meters. I don't know. I was thinking about going to 20, and then the band was good. And I didn't want to compete for space on 20 meters with contesters. So probably better just to stay on 40. 28 Qs and 14 minutes of actual on-air time, roughly sticking with that 113 Qs per hour, where I was saying I wanted to stay at about two Qs per minute. So a little shy of that, but no big deal. 28 contacts on 48 meters, all in SSB, and only the US this morning. So here's Canada. I don't know, but yeah, it's showing up here. So I made some contacts north of where I would normally. I get a lot of contacts from the Hamilton, Ontario, London, Toronto. This section here, I'll get a lot of contacts from. So that's usually pretty good. But got some contacts north there, Milwaukee area, northern Michigan area, as far west as looks like Muskogee. It was probably the contact in Missouri that was just outside of Springfield. A little further south here. So that was the distribution. And once again, I'm just doing it with there's a 100-watt radio, a battery, and just a very compromised mobile antenna. But with every antenna is a compromise in and itself. So Bon Julie said right in the noise floor for them in Florida, but yeah, we'll make some contacts, and said they'll be live streaming a little bit later. So make sure you go check that out. And POTA Boy says he's been busy with work, and work is a 4-letter it is. It's a bad word. But hey, guys, have a great day. Take the rest of the day. Enjoy. Get outdoors. Enjoy it. Spend time with your family. There'll be a whole mess of ham radio programming this week. I'm sure we'll see you later at some point on one of the live streams. Have a great day, and we will talk to everybody later in 73.